Good morning and happy Monday, State Line. We saw a decent amount of snowfall over the weekend, and if you're not a fan of the snow, no worries. We're starting it off on a calm note for the work week with abundant cloud cover expected today. As we go overnight tonight, though, and into the start of the day on Tuesday, we bring in the chance for a little bit of freezing drizzle, and then again tomorrow night and into the start of the day on Wednesday. After that, if you like the snow from this past weekend, we do have the chance late weekend into the start of the weekend for more snow to return to that 7-day forecast. But I've seen umpteen number of posts out there on Facebook and social media of hyping up the snow potential for this weekend. Here's what we know, and you got to take those posts with a grain of salt because it's just one model at one model run. There are many different models that we take into account when we're making our forecast. And 6 to 8 days out, we know that we can recognize a pattern and see that, hey, some snow is possible as we go into the forecast. As we're 4 to 5 days out, we gain a little bit more confidence. That's when we start to determine whether it looks likely or not. At this point, it looks possible that we could see some light snow in the forecast as we go late week and into the weekend. But there's still some disagreement amongst the models. As we get even closer, that's when our confidence in the timing picks up, and we'll be able to start to pinpoint down when we can see that snow. And as we're a day or two out, that's when we have a pretty good idea of how much to expect in the way of accumulations. But still, at a day or two out, we still might be off by a little bit. Take this past weekend, for example. We saw anywhere from nearly 4.5 inches of snow down to nearly 3 inches of snow in Paw Paw, and right here in Rockford, we picked up 4 inches of snow. But if you remember Friday morning, I'm going to be honest with you, we were looking at 1 inch to maybe 2 inches of snow, but I told you it was going to be a sharp gradient where we'd see some of that snow and where we wouldn't. And it fell a little further north than anticipated, so southern parts of Wisconsin didn't see much snow, while we picked up right around 4 inches of snow here in Rockford. And it wasn't just us. They had heavier snows just off to our south, and it stretched all the way to the East Coast, as you can see here on our snow cover across the United States currently. Speaking of snow cover, look at these weather photos that were sent in from our window world, from your window. Thanks to Karen for sending in this picture of her dogs out there playing in the snow. They said they loved it. Shannon, her animals out playing in the snow. And we'll keep the animal trend going. How about Duffy out here playing in the snow? Thanks, Tina, for sending that in. And Alice, of course, for sending in her beautiful weather photo this morning of the creek there with the snow on the banks. If you have a weather picture, I'd love to see it. Be sure to send it to me at weather@WTVO.com, and you might just see it here during my forecast. As we go throughout the next several days, we'll be in the 30s, low 30s throughout Thursday. And then by Friday, we're into the 20s, 20 by Saturday, and into the teens by Sunday with overnight lows in the single digits. We are in the bullseye for colder than normal conditions to be the story as we go into the end of the month. Speaking of temperatures out there right now, we're in the 20s, mid-20s out there with a wind chill of 17 degrees thanks to that southwesterly wind at 7 miles an hour. These temperatures in the 20s are a few degrees colder than where we were to start off your Sunday morning. Throughout the day today, we'll warm it through the 20s and into the low 30s for high temperatures. Winds aren't a concern out there today. They will be a little breezy tomorrow. Clouds, and more clouds are the story here on satellite and radar. And mapping it out with Futurecast, you'll see that the clouds will dominate the forecast throughout the day today. What Futurecast does not do a great job of is the chance at some freezing drizzle overnight tonight and into early parts of your Tuesday. So let's take a look at our GFS model here, the American model, one of many models, like I mentioned, that we take a look at when we're making our forecast. As you can see, it does point at the chance for a little bit of wintry mixed freezing drizzle tonight and into the start of the day on Tuesday, then again Tuesday night and into the start of the day on Wednesday. Something we'll definitely have to keep an eye on. Could create some slick commutes out there for your Tuesday and Wednesday morning. 31 today, mostly cloudy, a little bit of freezing drizzle tonight, down into the mid-20s. 30s again tomorrow with freezing drizzle early, and then again overnight and into the start of the day Wednesday. Then down into the 20s for highs Friday, Saturday with some snow likely. And what is also likely is Elmo, the one and only, will be helping me with the forecast tomorrow morning as Sesame Street Live comes to town.
All right, excited to dance with Elmo tomorrow. And of course, you know, see him do the forecast.
We're going to have to teach him the happy dance too.
Oh, I definitely plan on doing that. Sorry, thanks, Ryan.